Hi. So, we probably know that we live in a time of overconsumption. And while it is a beautiful time to be alive, because anything we need, we'll get at the tip of our fingers, um, it is also a very difficult time to be alive because consuming information is not the same as improving your life. So, today, I'm going to talk about information and emotional immaturity and how it ties to shame. Um, I've been through it and I see this pattern recently with a few clients, and so I thought I'll speak up about it. Uh, when we are on our phones and we are just constantly scrolling and getting a new tip, a new framework, a new hack, um, we think, oh yeah, like we got this. Emotional maturity doesn't come from consuming more information, it comes from what you do with it. Just like a sport or any other hobby or work that we do in our lives. So, tying back to shame, shame loves to keep to keep us stuck in a very rigid mentality. Um, Shame keeps us stuck in this black and white ideology of right and wrong, good and bad. If you disagree, you're attacking me, or I cannot admit that I do not know something, or I cannot admit that I'm willing to see a different perspective, because a different perspective in the eyes of shame is confirmation that I am wrong. So, emotional maturity is the complete opposite of this. It's the ability to hold two truths simultaneously, see different perspectives, and make a decision that is best for you moving forward. The issue is when we get stuck with the knowing and the block of doing. Because you see, we've read the posts, we've watched the videos, we've probably gone to a couple of therapy sessions, maybe we've signed up for courses. Yet, when a partner disagrees with us, or a parent dismisses us, or there is a misunderstanding in a friendship, there's this need to just defend, because what we feel is triggered and small, and our first line of protection is to defend ourselves. So that comes from a very reactive place. Ironically, overconsumption is actually a form of emotional immaturity. And this is because knowing is not the same as doing. So, overconsumption can actually be a form of emotional immaturity because it would make us feel like we're doing the work when really we're avoiding the super uncomfortable reality of practicing it in real life, the messy trial and error, the awkward moments of, holding your ground, not lashing out, or the awkward moments of feeling like I am wrong, but also remembering that actually everybody has a different perspective. Information without embodiment is just another shield. It is another mask, and shame loves masks. Oh, yes, it does. Shame loves masks. It keeps you thinking, I just gotta learn one more thing and I'll never be wrong. But the reality of life is that there is an ebb and flow. It's not about being right and wrong, but rather being able to see different perspectives, holding multiple truths, and standing in what is right for you in that moment. So when someone is hell-bent on being right, so you're having a conversation with someone and they're constantly going, you're wrong, I'm right, why are you not seeing it? I know I'm right. And they're just concentrating on being right and ensuring that the only thing possible is that you are wrong. that is shame disguised as certainty. So, unfortunately, even though the conversation is being had, they're not actually engaging, but rather defending. That's not a conversation. That's more of a debate or an attack. So, healing is when you're able to realize it and say, okay, I feel the trigger. I really want to defend myself. And sometimes we probably would, because if we truly care about the person, we would want to share our perspective. We would want them to hear us out and see where our mentality or way of thinking comes from. But there comes a time when we're also able to go, I don't have to play this game. And I know it's hard, especially when we care a lot about the person that we are conversing with. And so real emotional maturity is being able to not force the other person to see your side, is being able to not focus on winning or not focus on going who's right, who's wrong, but being able to see different perspectives, try and understand where the other person came from, and then choosing your next steps from a position of clarity. Emotional maturity is actually built moment by moment. It's not having the right answers from the get-go. It is practice. It comes with practice. It is being able to sit in the discomfort of not being right like we thought in a situation. It's being able to listen without collapsing into shame. And most importantly, it's not about masking information for transformation, because truthfully, growth isn't measured by how many books you've read, how many therapy sessions you've gone to, how many courses you've taken. It's measured by how you show up in real life, in your relationships, and in the tiny moments that shame really wants to scream the loudest. So that's the work that I do. I guide people to heal shame so that we can step into clarity and real empowerment. So, in the link below, there is a free reframe your shame guidebook. And in the bio, there is a link to work with me one-on-one. And I hope this video helped and gave you some clarity, and I'll see you in the next one.